If the harvests don't continue, if they're not able to sell their wares, it's not just that those farmers will be affected, it will mean the whole country's food system is broken. And that will have serious implications, even from next month, from 6 months from now, this will really be a major issue for the country. There's different measures happening in different parts of the country. So Sindh, again, where we primarily work, this started with the lockdown. Then we saw most of the other provinces following through about the middle of the week. Now we've even got a lockdown situation in the capital. We're looking at ways in which we can support the farming communities and work with the government to come up with a feasible middle ground during this lockdown situation that harvests can continue. I think that there is a very high risk of spread in the country. This is partly because, within the cities, you've got the sanitation issues, you've got issues of hand washing and knowledge of how to deal with the symptoms. So this is one problem. The other is that, as I said, in the rural communities, they have had to move ahead for harvesting. So a lot of the workers in Karachi or in other cities are coming from rural areas. So these people have now moved to the rural areas, so they may be carrying COVID. And what we may see in the next few weeks is that the incidence in the rural areas grows quite a lot. I think one of our major priorities is to keep the nutrition treatment programs we have going. And we had this discussion when the COVID first came up that, obviously there's risks with our workers going to the field, but the risks of not having nutrition treatment in place is also a real issue. We're now starting to get approvals at the local level that our teams can move, be working at the health facilities, be working at the community level. We're providing them with the protective items, we're training them on how to use those items, how to perform safe practice, such as, for example, as simple as cleaning the tapes that are used to measure a child's wasting status. So this is one portion of our response. In addition to that, what we're planning to do is to give messages to the farming communities on how they can reduce their risks in light of the situation. For example, when they're moving to harvest, how can they organise themselves within their village rather than bringing in outside support? At least then the spread will not be between villages. If the harvests don't continue, if they're not able to sell their wares, it's not just that those farmers will be affected, it will mean the whole country's food system is broken. And that will have serious implications. This will really be a major issue for the country. And not just Pakistan. I mean, Pakistan also provides their goods to other countries around, including, for example, Afghanistan. So we would see a food crisis happening.